My name is Caroline Bader. I come from Germany and I belong to the Evangelical Lutheran Church, working with the Lutheran World Federation, which is a global communion of Lutheran churches. And I have been Lutheran since my baptism as a small child, so all my life, and now I'm working in this church, and I think that my personal values and the way I grew up have shaped how I work and why I work for climate change as well. As a Christian, as a Lutheran, I think it is so important to take action on climate change and walk the talk, because we are sinners. We're climate sinners, and we may know that, and we may feel guilty about it. At the same time, we're a saint. We're all created in the image of God. So in my Lutheran tradition, that tells me that we are saints and sinners at the same time, but we are all freed by the grace of God, by His free love. So that actually enables me to do something not because I want to prove something to my God, but because I'm free to help my neighbor to be in good relationship with creation and to work towards climate justice. My own journey actually started when I was a kid. I have been a vegetarian for the last 21 years. I actually started as a child when I got to know about the mass production for animals and for meat, and I was so disgusted and I could not take that any longer that I decided very radically, and children can be very, very radical in their decisions, to not eat meat anymore. I had this moment where I had a plate in front of me with nice meat and sausages, and I would really kind of push it away from me, and since then I have never touched meat or fish again. And I think that has led me to being a vegetarian, but to also be aware about the production of food that we consume. And I try since then to be aware of what I am consuming, where it comes from, and how it was produced. At this point I try to connect, okay, so what my life has in Germany or in Europe has to do with their life and the floods and the catastrophes they're encountering. And I think it's my responsibility as a Christian to be in solidarity and to take care for my climate neighbor, which is my brothers and sisters all over the world. Trying to lead a more sustainable lifestyle for the past years, I found it easy because I have decided some actions as a child, so it's just very normal for me. But it's also very difficult sometimes to explain to people who are skeptic that my own actions, my own lifestyles, my decisions will have any impact. They say the climate change is happening anyway, the catastrophe is too big, what is your small decision has to do with that? And sometimes it's hard to draw that connection line also for myself, and to say, well, of course it can't stop there, but you have to also start from somewhere and believe in your values and be consequent in your lifestyle. At the same time, I think it has strengthened my faith, because through these initiatives on climate justice and climate change advocacy, I have met many other people from different faiths, and I have found that we share really the same passion for doing something in our faith communities and together. One thing that I will try to do, no matter where I live in Europe, is looking out for having regional and seasonal food and consume food that is produced in my vicinity. So I actually want to find out more how I can support local farming and regional farming and how to consume that. Another aspect is that within Europe we have very good public transport and train systems. I'm a passionate train driver, I do that every day, but I really try to not book flights if it's not necessary, but rather to book a train. So how will this change me? I think I have to be even more aware about my daily decisions. I think I can only be honest to myself and talk about climate justice if I start from myself. So that's why I think it's very important for me.